Get ready! You're tuned in to Tea Time Unfiltered with your girl, Lovelyti, bringing you the hottest trending topics on social media. Stay connected. Instagram.com/Lovelyti2002.
Hey, you guys. So welcome to another episode of Tea Time Unfiltered with your girl, Lovelyti. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing good today. So I wanted to come on here and basically talk about a few things. A lot of people have been wanting me to address this whole situation with the whole demon time. Okay, that's like the latest slang in the music industry. You hear everybody talking about it. It's like demons and that demon language and that demon energy and demon time is all we're hearing now in hip hop. Okay, so I kind of wanted to just kind of do a breakdown on my podcast as to how I feel about it and how I first became aware of this energy that I call demon time energy that's been manifesting. So if you guys do not know, about a month ago, we were all on Instagram. And I was told by one of my tea sippers that Drake would be, mysteriously dropping his new album at midnight. So if you guys, I remember I was excited because I am a Drake fan. I'm a fan of his music. And so the music dropped, and I remember her and a few other people saying, oh, did you check out Drake's new song called Demon? And that kind of made me uncomfortable. They were like, listen to the Demon song. And I had heard the leak at that point. I hadn't heard the whole thing. And I even said this 5 weeks ago. I said, I heard the leak and it sounds creepy. I'm going to listen to the whole thing and I'll let you know what I think. It took me a while to actually listen to it. But when I did, I didn't like it. I did not like what I was hearing. So I didn't listen to it again. I listened to it the one time. I was not feeling the lyrics. It was very dark. The energy was very dark. It was featuring Pop Smoke. I'll play a snippet for you guys right here. I just heard that snippet, and of course I can't play the entire thing. You notice how in that song he says the whole South Side is on 10?
Skirt round there in your ends, whole South Side on 10.
And where did all of this mess start? It started on the South Side of Minneapolis. The South Side is on 10. We were definitely turned up all the way to 10, okay? Then in the next part of the lyric, he ends up talking about this Hermes from the runway, this ain't no Ralph Lauren. And I found that very interesting because what were they looting in Atlanta? They looted, Lenox Mall and all the high-end stuff. They took Hermes bags, YSL. Some of the most high-end stuff. They weren't running after Ralph Lauren. You can buy Ralph Lauren at Marshall's. So do you see where I'm going with this? Where certain things, maybe it's unbeknownst to Drake. Who knows where these lyrics came from? Maybe he, came to him in a dream. I don't know. But it's very eerie going back and listening to this song and putting two and two together. And this might be going way too esoterical for some of y'all, but for those who get it, y'all understand what I'm trying to say. So then what I began to notice was, just rappers and just different people in the industry constantly using the word demon time. And even Tory Lanez, when he'd be doing his show on Instagram, they would do a demon time episode where girls would just literally come on there and twerk and show their ass cheeks and, wild out. And that's what a lot of people are calling demon time, when women just, wild out and just do whatever. And so I noticed that. And then I remember running across a conversation with Joe Budden, and he was talking to Wiz Khalifa. And Joe Budden was asking Wiz Khalifa, he was like, hey, what's up with the word demon time? Like, what's that supposed to mean? And Wiz Khalifa was trying to spin it as if it's something cool and, oh, well, that's just what we say. It's new slang. I want you guys to go ahead and watch this really quick.
Holy shit, what a party.
Yeah, I was on demon time at that party.
Yo, I'm glad you just said that. What is a demon? I'm so old and washed. What's a demon? Wiz, tell me.
A demon's when you let that other side take over, man.
Oh, so it's not. So a demon is not just specific to like a certain type of girl.
Nah, well, like you could call it like a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Demon.
Okay, but we can be demons too,
for sure.
Oh, okay. And that all right. That helps me now because this guy
100%.
was called. this guy was calling this girl a demon, and then I was taken up for the girl because demon just sounds horrible. But if we can be demons too, then okay, cool. I was trying to be on demon time, and I missed the fucking girl.
All right, so you guys just heard that, and you heard, like I always say, in this industry, they try to make things that are bad good and things that are good bad. It's that upside down pendulum. And so that conversation made me uncomfortable because Wiz is literally trying to basically change the meaning of what a demon is. They're trying to normalize it. So then a while after that, Beyonce's Savage remix came out. And when I first heard it, I initially thought she was saying Diva Time. You know, I had kind of missed it. And it wasn't until I went back and I started listening to it again, I finally heard her say, on that demon time, I might start an OnlyFans.
TikTok when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans.
And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And I know a lot of folks were coming at me like, oh, well, that just means that, you know, when it's late at night, you know, she can start an OnlyFans and be on her freaky shit. Well, yeah, if you look at it superficial and you don't dig deep, of course, that's what it's going to mean to the, you know, just the average consumer. But even if we don't choose to go as deep and as esoterical as some of us choose to go, think about the messages she's putting out there. On her demon time, she might start a OnlyFans. That is what she is teaching young girls. What is done on OnlyFans? Are they there knitting and sewing? No. You got young girls on there masturbating, showing their nipples, and trying to get paid for it. So why would Beyonce, a huge pop star, somebody who has, you know, 2 daughters and, you know, millions of young girls who look up to her and who she can easily influence, why would you put that type of energy out there? Just the Demon Time lyrics aside, her saying that she might start an OnlyFans, and then what happened? Everybody and their mama was rushing to start an OnlyFans. Remember, that's when all the celebrities were running to go start an OnlyFans. Regular folks were running to go start an OnlyFans. We were talking about this on my live stream, that, you know, now OnlyFans is getting oversaturated, and a lot of the girls who were there just doing regular stuff, you know, like posing in lingerie and looking cute, now they're feeling like they have to step it up a notch because you have celebrities on there, you know, showing their goodies, showing it all. And they have a fan base. So even if you just look at it on a superficial level, her even encouraging young girls to go start an OnlyFans, or, and I'm not saying young girls like, you know, 9 and 10, but, you know, young women to go run and start an OnlyFans says a lot. But the fact that she used the word demon time, okay? So I remember having conversations with like different members of the Beehive when the song finally went #1. You guys can go back to my Instagram page and look. And I remember where these young kids were admitting that they literally stream her song over and over and over again. I didn't realize that that's what this generation really does. Because for me, when I go and I just go download an album or download a song, I might listen to it maximum 3 times. And then I just put it in my little shuffle remix. So then I'll just go ahead and hit shuffle. And if the song ends up playing, you know, it plays. If I don't hear the song again for the next 3 months, I could care less. So that's usually how my playlist works. You know, I download stuff, I hit shuffle, and, you know, that's it, that's all. But I remember, you know, going back and thinking about conversations where there were kids in my comment section, you know, young people, and they were saying that they were re-listening so that way Beyonce could get her spins and she could become #1. They were listening to that song over and over and over again. So they're listening to words that are chanting things like demon time over and over and over again. And even if we look at the Urban Dictionary of the word demon time, this is what the Urban Dictionary says about it. The Urban Dictionary says, any time past 11 p.m., a time of pure fuckery, when the fuck boys come out to play. People's feelings are not taken into account. An individual may start saying some out-of-pocket shit. You can be on demon time for anything, like being on demon time with the pussy. You can be on demon time with, I mean, anything. And then they started using, you know, examples. Yo, bro, did you see Rice Gum stream? That mofo was on demon time. Homie was saying some pretty out of pocket shit. He was definitely on demon time. So this is just even in the Urban Dictionary what they're saying. And a lot of kids are reiterating that. I'm seeing kids using that as like, you know, slang. So I know a lot of folks will feel some type of way, especially being that I'm talking about Beyonce. And y'all will be like, oh, tease on that weirdo shit again. But let's not forget, you guys, truth is often stranger than fiction. If you guys remember, it was about 4 years ago that Beyonce's long-term drummer came out and basically accused her of witchcraft and abusing her and killing her pet. Okay, and a lot of YouTubers made fun of the drummer and talked shit to the drummer. And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't doubt it at all. There's so many dark things that go on in the industry that I don't doubt anything that the drummer is saying. And I had the drummer's back. Even though I got clowned and ridiculed, I didn't care. But, you know, that just says a lot. I think back to that, to everything that drummer was saying, and then everything that's going on in the music. And then let's not forget, like, you know, people do practice certain things in the industry. We even had video about 2-3 years ago of Azealia Banks. And if you guys remember, she had that video where she was talking about, you know, she's been doing 3 years worth of brujeria, where she was literally killing chickens in her closet to help her music career. So there's definitely something fishy going on, okay?
A former drummer for the singer's all-girl band is accusing Beyonce of, get this, extreme witchcraft and magic spells and the murder of my pet cat.
Oh my God. 3 years worth of brujeria. Yes, you know I gotta scrape all this shit up. I got my sandblaster, my goggles. It's about to go down. Real witches do real things.
And like I told you guys in my last live stream, we had slang words too as kids, but I don't remember us ever referencing anything with demonology, demons. It was just certain things that we didn't reference as children. And I even remember watching Snoop Dogg's Murder Was the Case video when he made the deal with the devil. And I remember that never sat well with me as a kid, watching this man literally talk about selling his soul to Satan. I always thought that that was just really creepy. You know, even in the lyrics, he was saying, bring your lifestyle to me, I'll make it better. How long will I live? Eternal life and forever. Will I be the G that I was? I'll make your life even better than you can imagine, even dream of. So relax your soul. Let me take control. Close your eyes, my son. My eyes are closed. Those were the lyrics. You know, so I'm not saying that that type of stuff wasn't around when we were kids, because Snoop Dogg had a whole video speaking to the devil, okay? People forget about that when they talk about Uncle Snoop's legacy. But, you know, even then, I remember that not really sitting well with a lot of people, a lot of parents. And now fast forward, you know, 20 something years later, this dark energy, this demon energy has just been normalized. We have rappers like Pop Smoke, rest in peace to him, who also normalized that phrase. He's also on that demon song with Drake. Lil Yachty just dropped a song a week ago, and the title of his song is called Demon Time. I went through the lyrics. He didn't say too much about demons, but the fact that he named it Demon Time lets you know that this is a popular phrase and it's something that they're trying to popularize.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, tea sippers. To listen to the rest of this podcast, please go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, or AnchorFM.com, which is a free podcasting site. Thank you guys so much for the support, and stay tuned for the next video.